this week I started school, and then this hairstyle is going to be for school, and then it will stay, and then it will last forever.
Hi. Obviously, my daughter has introduced what we're doing, but let me just talk you through it. We are doing a protective style, and I am using Brazilian wool. So this style is going to be hair threading with a twist.
I am starting with freshly washed, freshly moisturized hair. You can see that's the shea butter there. I have parted the hair into 3 sections to form the style that I am looking for, to be like a crown kind of style. I start off with the first part that is on her left. So that's the style that I'm going for right there. So I portion a little section, and I've got my Brazilian wool cut into about 1.5 meters. So I incorporate the ends of the Brazilian wool into the hair so that the ends of the wool do not stick out. I then start to wrap the wool around that section of hair. So you want to wrap the wool and ensure that it is wrapped tightly around the hair, but you do not want to be pulling on the person's hair follicles. So you don't want this wool to be tight on the scalp. The style should be bearable, especially for little ones. This is my first time using Brazilian wool, and I must say I am pleasantly surprised. Brazilian wool has like a hair-like texture to it. Once you reach the ends of the hair, you want to form like a knot. So you wrap the wool around itself to form a knot. I don't know if you attended Scouts or brownie girls, brownies or whatever they're called. So you want to form a knot. This will stop the hair from unraveling. Yeah, I move on to the second section. So I portion a little section of the hair. I'm keeping my sections really small, just to achieve the desired look that I'm going for. So again, you incorporate the ends of the Brazilian wool into the hair, and you start to wrap around the hair. So you wrap the Brazilian wool around the hair. So you continue wrapping the wool around the hair until you reach the ends of the hair, and then you produce a loop kind of knot just to stop the hair from unraveling and to keep the style intact. I continue the process of sectioning small parts of hair and wrapping the hair with Brazilian wool until I have around 6 sections. You can see the 6 sections. I've got the 7th section of hair. What I'm going to do is incorporate the first section of hair into the 7th section of hair. So that's the 7th section of hair. I open it into 2 parts, or divide it into 2 parts, and then I bring the first section to go in between the 7th section, and then I will wrap the Brazilian wool from the first section and around the 7th section. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just mute and watch what I am doing. So what will happen from now on is I'll keep incorporating the sections that I've already wrapped with Brazilian wool as I go. So the first section went into the 7th section, 2nd section is going to go into the 8th section, 3rd section into the 9th section, 4th section into the 10th section. I hope that makes sense. Remember, I'm bilingual, so I am challenged when it comes to explaining things. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to avoid the looping of the hair. So I want the hair to lie flat on the head. So this is what I'm trying to avoid, the looping, because the hair is quite long. So if you're not doing small sections and in joining them together at a distance, they tend to loop and dangle about, and that doesn't give a neat kind of effect to it. And because this is a small girl who will be playing in school, I want to avoid the possibly pulling of hair if it's dangling off her head. I don't know if that happens, but I'm a mom who is new to all this hairstyling for a child who is just starting school. I haven't done this in years. Okay, back to the style. You continue wrapping the Brazilian wool around the hair. You want to make sure that you're not tightening on the scalp too much. You just don't want to tighten on the scalp really, because that is not good for hair and it causes stress and that affects edges. That's why you find that little girls are walking around with no edges. It's because of us mummies who tighten their hair too much. Okay, so as you can see, I'm producing a loop and then I move on to the next section of the hair. Don't worry, I'm not showing you all the different parts, but I just thought it would be essential for you to see how the hair is going on top of each other. You know, the completed strands, they're just going on top of each other to create like a twisted kind of look. I don't know if that makes sense, but you will get what I mean once the style is completed. So we reach the back of the head. I have portioned the section that was at the back in two parts. Sorry, I don't show it properly here. So the connecting of the strands continues even at the back of the head. So as you can see, there is like a curve. So I made sure that the strands are curving underneath. So that's a strand that had run out of Brazilian wool. So I'm connecting another piece of Brazilian wool on top of that one to make it longer, so we can continue wrapping the Brazilian wool and connecting the different sections of hair. The hair was starting to get dry, so I gave it a little spray and detangled it with my Keltastic detangling brush. So as you can see, that's the curve. So the hair goes underneath just to create the curve at the back of her head. We have reached the end of this girl's hair, and I've got two strands that I am connecting to the last section of hair. I wrap it around with my Brazilian wool. Let's get that out of the way. So you wrap the Brazilian wool as we have been doing throughout this hairstyling process. So I have ended up with 3 strands left. I have cut off the dangly bits from the Brazilian wool. I then take a fresh new strand of Brazilian wool and connect the parts together with that. So I then tuck that one section that I've created, well, that one strand that I've created, I tuck it into her hair. So I am trying to disguise where this stranding ends. I don't know if that's the right word, but there you go. So that's the strand being tucked in. So I am wrapping the Brazilian wool in the hair just to make sure that it's not sticking out. I then go ahead and create a couple of knots. That's my first knot. So this is just to make sure that this hairstyle doesn't unravel. So So my little girl, will be going around her day without worrying about her hairstyle unraveling. I then cut the end of that dangly bit, and there we go. That's our style. This little one was pleased with her hairstyle. She loved it very much, and it was perfect for school. Very neat and clean. It looked very tidy. There we go with our Nia ballerina backpack. Yay! I have a few hairstyling videos coming soon, so please like, please share, please subscribe so you do not miss any of my content. Thank you.